Disney World just dropped a ton of news about Muppet Rock and Roller Coaster, Zootopia, Buzz Lightyear, Big Thunder, and more. Here's everything you need to know. Hi, I'm James from Guide to WDW, and in this video, I'm going to give you all the new details Disney World just revealed at their Play and Preview event for the new and updated attractions coming to Hollywood Studios, Magic Kingdom, and Animal Kingdom. And let's start there. At Animal Kingdom, we just got an elephant-sized update on the new 4D movie debuting in the Tree of Life, Zootopia Better Zoogether. That name is not a typo. They are celebrating Zoogether Day all across Zootopia. A day of parties, excitement, the animal equivalent of July 11th in the human world, where you get free Slurpees at 7-Eleven and everyone lives in harmony. Zoogether. The 9-minute film will be punnily presented in Carrot Vision, and as you can see by the poster, it will still be in 4D, with different effects for the senses. Disney confirmed there will be new smells, but thankfully no stink bugs, and even more thankfully, there will be nothing stinging you in the back. But looking at the poster, I bet there'll be some sprays of water. Imagineering collaborated closely together with Walt Disney Animation to make this new attraction. Zootopia 2 writer and co-director Jared Bush helped write the script. And the animation sequences were directed by the other co-director on Zootopia 2, Byron Howard. The artists at Disney Animation Studios actually produced the animation, and Jennifer Goodwin and Jason Bateman are confirmed to be voicing Judy and Nick here. But a new wolf character, Heidi Howler, will host the Zoogether Day festivities, which will take you across 4 biomes from Zootopia 1 and 2. There's the Predator and Prey Ice Ballet in Tundra Town, the high-flying drones of the Shrew Angels in Little Rodentia, synchronized swimming in Marsh Market, and the grand finale of Gazelle singing Try Everything. So when can you gather your friends and family and watch it all Zoogether? It opens November 7th, and there will be previews for cast members, annual pass holders, and DVC. Also, there will be a new Judy and Nick meet and greet at Animal Kingdom at the new Zoogether Day gathering spot near the Tree of Life. Moving over to Magic Kingdom, we got updates on 2 rides that are currently closed for major refurbishments and enhancements. First, as I've talked about before, Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin is getting a gameplay upgrade. The blasters will now be handheld and feature haptic vibration and sound effects to give you feedback on if you're on target. Plus, there will be 2 different colors per vehicle, so it will be easier to keep track of where you're blasting, and the Z targets are all being replaced with new targets that will react and light up when hit. Previously, Disney Parks blog said that opens the door for a few other ideas Imagineers have in mind. And interestingly, at the Play and Preview event, Walt Disney World Portfolio Executive Creative Producer at Walt Disney Imagineering, and the man with the longest job title in the world, Michael Hungen, said that would unlock new gameplay modes. I'm very interested to hear what those gameplay modes could be. The ride will start with a new animatronic, a support bot named Buddy, and the ride vehicles are getting a brand new look inspired by Buzz in Star Command, and new scoring screens inside. Scott Gustin confirmed that you will be able to get higher than the previous limit of 999,999. So I guess now the scores really can go to infinity and beyond. Buzz Lightyear will reopen in 2026. The other major Magic Kingdom attraction being overhauled right now is Big Thunder Mountain. And in addition to getting a total track replacement, the wildest ride in the wilderness is getting some extra magic. Disney shared new concept art of the Miner's Cave lift hill, and this scene is getting a big enhancement. It will now feature hundreds of bats and illuminated rainbow caverns, but with the crack of thunder, everything will start glowing in an ominous red. And this feels really appropriate for the story of the ride. Now, I know there's existing lore for Big Thunder Mountain, but even as a huge Disney Parks nerd, I never really paid attention to the story other than that it's a runaway train in an old-timey West that's fun. They once again showed the portrait of Tony Baxter doppelganger Barnabas T. Bullion, the founder of the Big Thunder Mountain Company that is trying to mine the mountain. That's been around before, but Disney's describing the story in a very cool way. Basically that Bullion is trying to get the gold out of the mountain, and that the mountain doesn't want mankind to strip it of its riches. So there's all these strange, unexplainable incidents like cave-ins and machine failures. They talked about how this is a battle between humankind and the natural world, a classic theme for Western stories. And this sets up Big Thunder Mountain as this sort of mythical force of nature, kind of like the Bermuda Triangle. I bet most guests will still see this as a fun old-timey train ride, but it adds a cool flavor to Magic Kingdom's Big Thunder. Speaking of magic, let's go to Hollywood Studios, where the Sorcerer's Hat returns, and so does the magic of Disney animation, as in 2026 the animation courtyard will reopen as the Walt Disney Studios. I covered this whole reimagined area in a ton of detail in my Future of Hollywood Studios deep dive video, so for more, check that out, but Disney revealed a really nice touch. Robin Williams' Lost Boy character from the Back to Neverland short film that was in the original 1989 Magic of Disney animation attraction will be brought back as part of this new Magic of Disney animation attraction. Let's zoom over to Sunset Boulevard, where the Muppets will soon take over Rock and Roller Coaster sometime in 2026. There's an updated logo, an updated poster, and an updated look for the outside of the building. In addition to owning Muppet Theater, Scooter's uncle J.P. Gross has expanded his portfolio and bought G-Force Records, and the Muppets have given it a makeover. The giant guitar is still there, but it's sporting a new psychedelic paint job in honor of the Electric Mayhem. And the piano underneath is getting a golden key, a nod to Dr. Teeth's golden tooth. This sets the stage for what to expect from this ride. Everything should feel familiar to the rock and roller coaster we all know and love, just with a dose of Muppet zaniness. That includes the story. When you enter the recording studio, you'll see the Electric Mayhem jamming out. It looks like they're on the screen where Steven Tyler and Aerosmith currently are. And there's also Kermit and Miss Piggy, and it looks like they're also on screens. But this concept art also shows Scooter and the audio engineer penguins in the foreground. I'm seeing everyone saying that Scooter and the Penguins are all animatronics, but I haven't seen Disney officially confirm that in the presentation or in the blog post. But with the way that the pre-show room is currently set up, this concept art really gives the impression that they are animatronics. Scooter and the Penguins would be in the physical space in front of the screen where the band is shown, where Chris used to grab the black Les Paul from. If these are animatronics, that's a huge win in my book. As I always say, everything's better with animatronics, Muppets are great as animatronics, and it's great to see these penguins land on their feet after losing their jobs in the orchestra. So you'll see the Electric Mayhem in studio, but they're late for their concert across town. Sound familiar? And Scooter needs to get them there fast. So with the help of Muppet Labs and a fast stretch limousine, make it a super stretch, you'll zoom through the iconic scenery and landmarks of Tinseltown, but now they'll have a Muppet twist. This next detail is interesting. When Muppets Rock and Roller Coaster was announced, they said that the Muppets were teaming up with some of music's biggest stars in the new attraction. Now it says, quote, "You'll hear the Electric Mayhem playing some of the most iconic rockin' hits." This could mean that the big stars ended up getting dropped from G-Force Records, or maybe there will be some well-known names, but they'll be collabing with the Electric Mayhem. Or it could be that the Electric Mayhem are covering iconic rockin' hits of music's biggest stars. That last one seems the most likely for me. For now, I'm reading this as it's just going to be the Electric Mayhem playing the music, and we'll find out what those rockin' tunes are in the future. Speaking of the future, you're going to want to check out this next video here, all about the future of Hollywood Studios, including all the new details about the Millennium Falcon overhaul, much more on the new Walt Disney Studios area, everything we know so far about the Monsters Inc. land, and wild speculation about the future direction of the park. This has been James from Guide to WDW. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you real soon. Zootopia better... They are celebrating Zootopia better Zoogether.